What's up, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of That Savage Kitchen. As you already know, we are going to be making the sandwich of all sandwiches. This sandwich is going to beat every sandwich out there, trust me, because this is a sandwich that you can only eat for one day. Like, this sandwich is your only meal. Like, it will keep you full. But trust me, this is one of the best sandwiches ever. This is what I make when I don't eat all day and I just want to eat one thing, and it will keep me full for the rest of the day. So let's waste no time and let's get started by making this sandwich. So let's get started. Yeah.
First, we gonna start off with some garlic. Y'all already know. If you don't know, then you should know. If you don't know, then you should know. But first, look at this knife. So sexy, so beautiful. And look how sharp it is. Just pop. Look at that. Just like that. Simple. So first, what we're gonna do is take the outer layer off because we are gonna roast this garlic. We're gonna put it in the oven. If you have seen my steak video on how to make the best steak, you already know that you gotta add this with a steak. And that's what we're doing today. We are making a steak sandwich. So first, we're gonna add some olive oil. Drizzle it, cover it, do whatever you want with it. It's your garlic. So what I did was I added some garlic salt, obviously just more garlic and more salt, and then you already know we have to use the steak seasoning. I added some of that, and we just gonna wrap that up, put it in our oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and we just gonna let that cook for 30 minutes, and that is more than enough time to get this video done. So it's gonna pop up later at the end. So next, we are gonna make our little butter chimichurri type sauce. I don't really know what it is, but it's good. So first, we're gonna take some garlic. I have an elephant garlic. That's all you really need. Or you can just use normal garlic if you basic like that, but hey, I don't judge. Next, we're gonna take our garlic and we are gonna press it down until it forms a paste. We want it to be a paste so it can be more spread up for when we use this butter. Next, we're gonna take an onion, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut it in half. We're gonna use the other half for later. But for this, we are gonna tightly mince it up into very small bite-sized pieces because we're going to put it in our butter and we want it to be very spreadable. So chop it up, mince it up, then we're going to take some melted butter, 3 tablespoons, and then we're going to add garlic, we're going to add our onions, then we're going to add some cilantro. So we're going to cut a little bit of cilantro up, and then we're going to mince that up, and that is how you are going to make your chimichurri. Now take your minced cilantro, then we're going to put it in our bowl, then we're going to take half of a lemon and we're going to squeeze that John. After we do that, we are going to add some seasoning, add some oil, do whatever you want to it. I add some salt, and that is it. Mix everything up, and that is how you make your pasted chimichurri butter blend. Next, we're going to take the other half of our onion and we are going to thinly slice the whole thing. After that, I love me some mushrooms, so you already know your boy had to add the mushrooms. We are going to thinly slice the mushrooms. You can add mushrooms if you want. If you don't, then that's your problem. But we're going to take our onions and our mushrooms and set that aside. Now we are going to grab our steak. Your boy got a ribeye steak, and if you want to know how to cook the most perfectest steak, watch my steak video, and I'm gonna leave it on the screen right here. Make sure y'all watch that, check it out, and that is a deep dive video on how to make a perfect steak. I suggest y'all all watch that because that was the best steak I ever had and made. So I add some oil, I season my steak with salt, pepper, and garlic. Then we just gonna rub that in, make sure everything gets seasoned both sides, and it should look very seasoned just like this. If it look like this, that's how you know you did it right. Next, we're gonna get us a cast iron skillet. Make sure it's cast iron. Then we're also gonna add some olive oil because olive oil has a high smoking point like that. When you start seeing the smoke go to the top, it's ready to drop. So add your steak in, and we are going to press it down so it has contact with the pan. I failed to get a nice brown sear on the whole steak. God, I hate seeing it, but we let the steak cook for a total of 8 minutes for a medium rare, and I added some butter and some rosemary for some more flavor. Now we're gonna let our steak rest for 10 minutes. Add the rest of our pan juice on top of the steak. Pan juice, what? And we're just gonna let it rest for 10 minutes. Next, in the same pan, we're gonna add some of our chimichurri butter. Add a little dollop in there. Then we are gonna let that cook, and y'all see all that color, the greenery. Add your onions, and we're gonna let that caramelize. I also added some Jack Daniels in there just so I can get a little flame going on. The flame, you already know. Look at that. It was a little scary. I did jump in the background. Now that we had our onions caramelized, we are gonna add our mushrooms in, and we are gonna mix that in with the onions, and you already know it should look like this, and y'all seen the greenery and all that flavor. Now we are gonna take our sourdough bread. That's what we're gonna use. That's all we use on this channel. You already seen the grilled cheese video. Shout out to my first video. But we want our bread to be 1/2 inch thick. We are going to get the chimichurri butter. Y'all already know I told y'all I'm using this for everything, and we are gonna coat our bread in this delicious chimichurri butter. Go heavy on the butter. Who cares? We making a big sandwich regardless, so don't let people judge you. Now we gonna put it on our skillet, high flame. You already know, get that nice toast on it. We also gonna add some butter on top. Make sure you press it down so it has contact with the pan. Add that butter on top like I said, and we gonna flip it, and yeah, look at that. Look at that little char on top. You already know it's gonna be good. The caramelized onions on top, followed by the toasted garlic, giving that delicious aroma and the greenery of the cilantro. It's gonna be delicious, trust me. Also, speaking of delicious, we let our steak sit for 10 minutes. We added some of that chimichurri on top, let that melt. Now it's time to cut the steak. Look at that. That's how we want it. Now we gonna cut up our steak, and yeah, make sure you go against the grain so we can get some tender steak. You already know. Now that we cut it up, we are gonna make our sauce. So get some mayonnaise, then I took some ranch, add some Worcestershire, and then we're gonna take our toasted garlic. It's been 30 minutes, we took it out, and it is so soft that y'all can see it in my hand, just like almost melting, like just squishy. Mix it up, and that is all you're gonna need for your steak. So yo, let's get started on making it. So first we're gonna take our garlic bread, we gonna place it down, add that sauce we just made, spread that evenly out. Now we're gonna take some arugula. You gonna need something green on here. We can't just have steak. Now we gonna add some onions and our mushroom, then we gonna add our steak, add some provolone cheese, and we gonna let that melt. At this point, that is all you need for the steak sandwich. But for some reason, something just took a hold of me and just grabbed me and said,
boy, keep going.
I don't know why, but I kept going. So let's keep going. Add your sauce on top again. Then we're gonna add some more steak on top. Then we're gonna add some more onions on top. What am I doing, bro? Like, see, now I'm doing too much. Then we gonna add some more provolone cheese, and we're gonna let it melt with the blowtorch. Bro, honestly, I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just getting carried away. But hey, get the bread. Then we're gonna add some more sauce on top, and there y'all go. That is how you make the sandwiches of all sandwiches. This steak sandwich beats any other steak sandwiches out there, period. Trust me, this is all you need. Now we're gonna admire this beautiful sandwich with a couple of B-roll. Now dive into the sandwich and let's get it. We are going to cut it in half like that. Look at that cross section and look how beautiful it is. We're gonna get a closer look at it, and y'all can just see nothing but meat. Y'all can barely see the arugula, but look at that. That is how you make a sandwich right there. We are not playing around. I hope y'all guys enjoyed this video. Make sure y'all make this sandwich, I guess, if your body can handle it. Try this sandwich out, because trust me, this is one of the best sandwiches you'll ever have. But other than that, I am out.